is the architecture of the entire project. So the client side, I'm using React plus TypeScript, not JS, and Redux for state management and React Query for querying the database, basically for server-side state management and caching, and Tailwind CSS for styling. And I'm also using Framework Motion for animations and many other libraries internally. And for the backend, it is powered by Spring Boot, which again uses Spring Data JPA and an SQL database with cache supported by Caffeine, and the application is containerized by Docker. For the image uploads, I'm using S3 bucket from AWS. And for authentication management, the IAM system that I'm using is QuickCart, which is facilitating the auth2 implementation or authentication of the system. And the database is a PostgreSQL database. And I'm also using Resilience 4J to make sure that there is a proper retry mechanism if there is an accidental fail from interacting on an inter-service communication. So let me just start the Docker service. So Docker compose up. Meanwhile, I would just go and start my front-end application as well. So just restart. It's already running. So say npm run tab. Let me come back. Let me check if the key clock is running. Key clock is still yet to start. Yes, it is being started. So let me just run my backend application as well. Okay, good. So the application uses scheduled jobs to make sure that the admin tokens from the key clock has been always updated, and also make sure that the photos that we are uploading to S3 bucket are in sync with what is in the DB records, so that there are no stale records in the S3 or in the DB. So that's why we see certain logs that is automatically happening. For example, it checks whether that admin already exists in the platform, otherwise create the default admin for the startup, and also it checks whether tokens are created. So it says tokens updated, scheduled job running to check whether the token is healthy. So all of these is being managed. Let me come back to the front end. The front end is also hosted. So let's go to the client side and let me show the dashboard quickly. So this is the key clock dashboard. Let me just log into the system. So the key clock, we have our realm creator, that is QuickCart, and these are the users that are currently registered into the platform, default users as of now. And you can look into the clients, that is QuickCart backend, the exact client that is being logged over here in the console. The realm QuickCart and QuickCart backend, the client, which is exactly the realm QuickCart and the QuickCart backend, which is the client over here. And we also have roles created for this realm, that is admin, customer, and seller, which are the major roles in our application. The other roles are basically the roles that is managed within the key clock for authentication purpose. So that's our default. So let me just open the application now. So running at 3000 port number. Let me also open the dev tools so that we can understand the network calls happening over here. We can see the categories being fetched from the database, told it okay, and the response is over here. Okay. So let me just go. So we can view the category. We can view the categories. Let's say I go search for jeans and I see the jeans. I can click on any of the product. I can view the product. I can click on these buttons to view the next images. I can switch variants of the same product. This is the product and we have variants on it and they each have their own descriptions. We can see the price switching as well. And currently the add to cart and wish list is yet to be implemented in the client side, but rest all features are developed. So let me currently log into the system. Now I would sign up as a new user. So I would say my name as, let's say Rohit Sharma. Okay, that's password. I would give you are like the email, rohit@gmail.com. I'm creating an account currently. I would say Rohit at 1234. That's my password. Let me sign up. So that created my account. So let me just sign in now. Now I've been logged in. So now currently I am just a customer. So now I can become a seller by clicking on this quick button over here, which basically creates my account and also logs me out because I need to get new credentials having the role as seller. So let me just give the email ID and the password. So let's say the password is Rohit at 1234. I assume that's the password. Okay, let me sign in. So now I've been redirected. So we can see I have the access to switch to seller profile. So once I switch, there's the dashboard, dummy data because we don't have any activities happening. So currently it's a placeholder for aesthetics purpose. That's it. But rest other operations are more important here. If I view stores, currently no stores under this user. Manage products, no products because there is no store created. And if I click on any other section, for example, my profile, we can see I'm a seller and there is no profile information. So let me just edit my profile. So let me just add the data. So I would say Rohit Sharma. Hey, I sell here. Just create the profile. So that's my profile being updated. So Rohit Sharma. So it says, hey, I sell here. And let me click on list product, which will not work because I don't have store, which will redirect me to the create store. So let me click on it. It asks me, you cannot list product without store, create a store first. So let me create a store. I would say XYZ store. I would just pick some random location and I'll pick a phone number. So the right numbers, yes. And I would say xyz@gmail.com. I would say we sell cloths is my description about. So create a store. That's created a store. I can go here. Let me just refresh a little bit. Yes, we have the store over here, which I'm currently viewing it. I can edit this anytime, go back. We sell clothes and accessories for men and women. Let me update store. The same will be represented over here. So I can now list a product. So I'm currently under XYZ, listing in XYZ. There is a progress bar that tracks the entire product listing process. So I can select a category, a top category, a mid-level category, let's say clothing. I want to list short, continue. Let me just pick, I can enter a name over here, but for now I have some examples over here. I'll be selecting that example, continue. Again, I can create a brand, or I can simply search, filter, Everstone, or anything. Let me say Northfield, one of the product a brand that I've selected. Continue. So I'll just put this example description that I've added for a quick rundown over here. Continue. So this is the preview page. You can see each stage has been tracked under progress bar. We can always go back to any stage. Let's say I want to edit the brand. We are in the stage 3. You can see the progress bar correctly showing. So I don't want these to be under brand this. I'd say it should be under turtle. Continue. And it exactly updates. So let me create the product. That creates the product. So we can see manage product. We have a product over here listed exactly at this time, which is unpublished currently. I can click on edit this product and we can see the product over here. I can edit any part of this product. Let's say true size, anything, XYZ. I can just say save change. So we can see the XYZ has been added as a string. Basically, I have updated the product. I can click on add new variant. That takes me to another page where I can create a variant. So I'll just say black, black, size M. I'll set a price, let's say 399. I'll set a stock quantity of 390 again. And let's continue. So all of these operations are clearly done with a real-time update. Let me show you the network calls. That's why. Let me get back. So let's say I want to update the stock to 300. I can say continue. Each time I make a request, there's a put request made, a network call made, which is updating the cost and quantity and everything data. And I can write a description. So I can say some description over here. I'm not doing it seriously because that's not the goal here. We can have any description over here. And I'll add some quick attributes. This is stage 3, adding the attributes. So let's add some quick attributes over here, color, care, and pattern. Click on continue. At each step, we can see a request is being made to update the data. Title has been updated, size and quantity has been updated, a description has been updated at this stage, and we also see the attributes has been updated at this stage to the database. So now I can upload images. So let me just select some images from my system. So just go to downloads. I'll just select shirt 1 to 4 and just drop in over here. We can see the product is being selected, a size calculation is being done, and I can just say continue, which basically updates all the uh, images to S3. We can see it has been updated to S3, South region, Amazon AWS, and also a confirmation link is being sent to the backend server. And once that is done, we can see the product and a variant being added to the product. So that's the major flow that we have achieved so far. I can go ahead and just view one of the, like, just search for the products. Let me go to the home page. So I can just say jeans, or maybe just clear all the filters and search with no filters. We can see all the products over here. Currently, the old product which we saw over here is not visible. Why? Because it is not published. So let me just go edit product and click on publish, which basically publishes the product for me. Let me go to the search page now. Let me search again, apply filters. In search, let me refresh. Because I have shirts being hosted over here. If I even clear and apply all the filters, we can see the product is being hosted now, published now. So we can click on any of these product, view all their images. The images are yet to be loaded. Yes, we have the images loaded. We can see the description about the product. So also there is a feature where we can switch between profile, stores and list under that particular store. For that, I'll just log out from the system. I'll just log into a new URL email. So let's say Adam. Adam is an admin in this platform currently. Adam at the rate 1234 again. Let me sign in. So Adam, I'll just switch to the seller profile. I'll view stores. We can see he has 2 stores being listed. I can check into one of his store. Let's say a Here Fashion. Check in. And I can go to manage products. It shows every product under a Here Fashion. Currently, none of these products has a variant being added. One is a steel watch and one is a t-shirt, something. Let me just go to stores, switch to Urban Gent. Now currently viewing Urban Gent. So let me manage products. We can see this products are published and we can see a single variant has been published. There are 127 stocks for this product. And for this, we have total 410 stocks and there are 2 variants being published. So this is the entire application that is currently being developed and the features currently are still pending are the once we click on the product, we are still yet to add the product to the bag and wish list and check out. So this is the feature that has been left out. Other than that, every other features has been developed.